got behind both safeties.
You are now tuned in to Good Morning Niner Empire, exclusively streamed at twitch.tv/Niner Faithful Radio.
Hello and good morning, Niner Empire. I'm your host, Jamie, for Niner Faithful Radio's Good Morning Niner Empire show. Thank you guys all for joining me this lovely Friday morning. So we got training camp to talk about. We got some stuff coming out. Hopefully, you guys will stick with me through the show. Technically, the season has officially started. We got training camp. We got some stuff going on. Pretty awesome. So yeah, but first, before we start all of that talk, I'm gonna go through some housekeeping stuff, and then we will get on the road. So as you can see in the ticker down below, we have 950radio.com. That is our website. That's an awesome way to go check out, see what else we have going on, see our blogs and stuff, and we do post other stuff up over there. So please feel free to go check that out. That's also an awesome way to let's go check out what we're all about. We have our pre-sale coming up literally today. So we have if you go to 950radio.com/shop, we have our pre-sale for our custom shirts, Faithful for by the Faithful pre-launch sale coming out today. Today is July 30th. So go check out 950radio.com/shop. Go pick up your merch. It's an awesome way to support the show, keep us going. So yeah, definitely go check that out. If you're watching live, we are here on Twitch. We're at 950 Radio on Twitch. Please give us a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, connect that to your Twitch account. And then if you do that, then that way you get a free sub for the month, and then feel free to use that sub on us. Way it doesn't cost you anything extra. But if you feel free, if you want to support the show, please feel free to give us a normal sub as well. That way, because that's also another way to support the show. And we've been doing a lot of stuff over here on Twitch. So, please feel free. Let us know. We are still over here on YouTube. We're still over on YouTube, 950 Radio on YouTube. Go check out some of our past episodes and other stuff. We do post stuff over there still too. So definitely go give that a check out as well. We have Facebook and Instagram, 950 Radio on there. The social medias, so our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are a great way to keep up with our contact and our schedule and stuff. So it's a great way to see like when shows are coming out and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely go give 950 Radio a follow over on Facebook and Instagram. We are also on Twitter at 950R. It's also another great way to keep up with us, our schedule, and stuff like that. So yeah, give us a follow on all of these. Sub, whatever you got to do to help keep up with the show. So it's an awesome way. So after that, let's get into talking about training camp. So first off, I want to start off with these two really quick, like 30-second, what would you call it? 30-second little video clips here of highlights from training camp. So just give me a second. This is the first one. So we're going to play this. Brandon looks awesome. I'm not going to lie. And if you're watching live, comment in the comment section who you're most excited for this season to see. Okay, that's the first one. And we got this quick one of the defense. So that was offense. Ba-da-bum. I just thought this would be a good way, if you're watching live, to see all this. And yeah, just be a great way to start off training camp. These little quick highlights. These are from the 49ers Twitter account, by the way. So these are not ours, but yeah. All right. So we're going to stop that. Stop sharing now. And then we will turn mic volume down. Sorry, guys. It got a little loud. But yeah, so those are those. So training camp has officially begun. We have gotten all of our stuff out. Well, like we started getting ready for the season. Yeah. So we'll have up until I think I don't remember the exact date, but near the beginning of August, we'll have a nice training camp. We have some stuff to talk about. And whatnot. So first off, figure I start with some injury stuff. Nick Bosa and Dee Ford were both out on the field this week. Bosa looked pretty good. He looked a lot slimmer, but he looked like he was still moving pretty good and stuff. So I think that's good. Dee Ford was surprising. I really wasn't sure if he was going to be able to be up on the field and to practice and stuff because of his injury, because he's had such a weird injury history situation going on, like with his back and his neck. And those are some pretty serious areas you don't want to mess with too much. So yeah, that would be those are the biggest surprises to me. I haven't heard any significant injuries that have been coming out as of late and stuff. So I don't think we've gotten any injuries from training camp, really. I do know, I'm going to try to find it right now. Let's see if I can find it, because they did release a list that had what do you want to call it? They had a list that had people going on the COVID list, and yeah, but Dee Ford is not starting off on the PUP list, which is pretty crazy. Also, other breaking news. I know this is kind of late because it's Friday and this happened on a couple days ago. Trey Lance has officially signed his 4-year deal. He signed it Wednesday morning, right before training camp started. Signed a 4-year deal. Not going to get to, let's see, they might have other roster moves on here. Yep, he has signed a 4-year deal. Now the 49ers have all of their 8 draft picks from this year signed and under contract. So that the following players have been placed on the reserve COVID-19 list: wide receiver Juwan Jennings and safety Jaquiski Tart. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of stats about him. And I do believe Emmanuel Moseley was on the COVID list. I'm trying to figure out. I know, oh my God, I'm blanking on, let's see, might be on here. Okay. The following players have been placed on, I'm getting this from 49ers.com. The following players have been placed on the active, physically unable to perform list: DB Travarius Moore, running back Jeff Wilson Jr. The following player has been placed on the reserve COVID-19 list: cornerback Emmanuel Moseley. And then the following player has been waived: wide receiver Andy Jones. So that's sort of our big news coming out right now. There hasn't been any significant injuries coming out of training camp so far this week. I know they're probably going to start practice here pretty quickly. Probably as soon as I'm done wrapping up, they'll start practice for today. and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, it's everything looks to be good. There's been a lot of talk. I am honestly like really happy that D Ford was practicing. That he's healthy enough to practice, because I know there's a lot of rumors circulating that he was going to retire, that he wasn't going to be able to play. But if he's practicing, he must be okay enough to at least practice. So we'll see going through training camp how he feels and how he's doing. Nick Bosa said he is working for a week 1 start, so he's hoping to start at the beginning of the season. I hope so too. Right now, it's probably going to be more into getting used to playing the game, like going more full speed and getting used to that, and putting a little bit of more weight on that leg probably, and feeling comfortable using that leg, because if they don't feel comfortable using that leg, then it's going to be hard. But yeah, we'll keep you updated on them. I believe they've just been practicing. Bosa's been wearing a sleeve over that leg, which makes sense, and whatnot. And yeah, but D Ford was training on those. They had those like bar pad things, and he was training on those. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all of that kind of stuff. Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name now. Kid who's been hurt the last couple of times has been making it through training camp so far. But yeah, there's been no real. I have to find his name because I can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now. The wide receiver got hurt. Do-do-do. 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 Yeah. But everybody's looked good so far. I'm just glad that and by the way, if you're trying to get tickets to training camp to later dates, they are all, I believe, sold out. So I believe so. And it looks like our first preseason game is the 14th. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And then we got 2 more. And then we'll start the season. So they'll have looks like they're having 3 preseason games right now. Let's see if I can share the screen real quick. So these golden circles are training camp dates. This is the Levi Stadium open practice. And then these with the fully red circle are preseason games. So the 14th, the 22nd, and the 29th. So yep, those are those dates. But yeah, I mean, that is pretty much all of that kind of stuff. There has been a lot of chatter still about Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance, and it seems like they're totally fine. They both looked really good on Wednesday. Yesterday, not as hot. Probably still getting used to it. Probably a little tired. But they came out of the gate looking really good. Jimmy seems very motivated and very fired up because he does have an actual really good quarterback behind him this time, it seems like. So he's been extra motivated. He looks pretty good. Kyle Shanahan did come out and say that he is officially going to be starting the season as the starter. So that's not really that surprising. That's what I thought was going to happen. I didn't think Kyle would want to throw Trey out there right away. And stuff. They said good things. Both of them have said good things about, a lot of the teammates have said good things about Mohamed Sanu. So that's really positive and really good. Seems like it's just been, everybody seems to be in high spirits. Everybody seems to be excited that training camp is here. From the little clips I've seen and stuff I've seen, it seems like everything has been going well. I'm just really glad that there's no setbacks or anything like that so far. Jalen Hurd is the wide receiver I was talking about earlier. He has made it through so far without getting hurt. He's still looking good. So we'll see if he can stay healthy to make the roster. If he can stay healthy through preseason and not get hurt. And stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, that has been pretty much the big stuff. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really sick and tired of all the Jimmy Garoppolo versus Trey Lance talk. I'm just excited for both of them. I think that Jimmy is going to hopefully have a really good season this year, feel more motivated, come out of the gates hot and just rearing to go and play really well. So that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. I think that's what the team wants to happen and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just very excited. The wide receivers have been looking pretty good. They've all looked really good in camp. Brandon Ayuk has looked really good. He's just been catching everything for the most part. He led the team the first day in catches, and he was second the second day. Debo had one more catch than him. So that's good. Lance hit a really good pass to Kittle that was on the sideline. So, yeah, we'll just have to kind of see what happens. I'm just excited that it's back, that we have some content to talk about because it's been really dry the last few weeks coming up with stuff to talk about. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just glad that there hasn't been any injuries so far. Also, it looks like a majority of the team are vaccinated, which I think is great. Like, I know it's everybody's personal decision to get vaccinated or not, but I think it's going to go a long way with cutting down, like, players getting COVID and like that Green Bay game last season where we almost lost, like, all of our wide receivers. I'm looking forward to hopefully that not happening because I think if they get enough people vaccinated, we won't have to stress as much about that situation. But yeah, Kyle has been pretty good. I haven't gotten a chance to watch all the pressers because there's been a lot of pressers. And I really don't want to play them. I just played those 2 clips because they're literally like 30 seconds to 45 seconds. So, and stuff. So I'm just excited it's back. Getting ready, getting into preseason, getting into regular season. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's nice that it was funny. Trey Lance's contract signing came down to the wire, which I thought was funny because I woke up on Wednesday morning and he had signed. So, looks like they were taking their time, probably wanting to reward stuff or whatever needed to be done. And whatnot. So just excited that they got everybody signed and that it didn't become like Zach Wilson didn't participate, I think, in the first 2 training camp days because he hadn't signed his contract. So I know he did recently just sign, like, I think yesterday. So hopefully luckily we didn't have that situation with Trey. So all of our draft picks signed, got everybody's under contract that I think needs to be under contract. I think we're in a good place. Bosa and D Ford are coming, looking like they're at least like they'll hopefully be ready to start at the beginning of the season. I noticed that one clip of Bosa working out that I think was like one of the first ones to come out where he looked a little like he was limping or something. I think he was just getting used to doing all of that. So hopefully it's better moving forward, but he does look a lot slimmer, so we'll see how that impacts his game. Hopefully not crazy amount, but I know his body fat like went down like so much. So we'll keep an eye on that and whatnot. But yeah, but all of it looks really good. I think the wide receiver, like for not for the Brandon or Debo spot, but for the other spots, it's going to be interesting to see who wins those deeper spots in the wide receiver group coming out. So hopefully we'll see that play out. Heard good things about Mohamed Sanu, so we'll see. I think if he keeps playing like he has been playing, then the third spot's his. But Jalen Hurts right behind him, probably dying to get a spot because of all of his injury history this past couple of years. So, yeah, I mean, we got all of that going on. Let's see, anything else that I can think of to run over real quick. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting season. I feel really good about this season. Kyle has said some stuff that he's really excited for the defense. It reminds him a lot of the 2019 defense. So hopefully he's right in that assessment and that they come out and they play hard. I think Kyle's excited to get a full like rotation for the D-line because I really think in 2019 that helped a lot and stuff. I'm hoping our corners are up to the task because I think that's probably I don't want to say like it is probably our weakest spot on the defense where like we don't have a lot of depth there. So hopefully our starters are up for it. I mean, I know we have a lot of injury-prone guys starting, but we're just going to kind of have to see what happens. I'm just hoping we don't have to deal with as much injuries as we did last season because that was a pain so hard to deal with last season. I can't even imagine what it was like for the guys. So, yeah, I mean, that is what's going on in training camp. I mean, no news about injuries is good news, so nobody's really gotten hurt. I know Raheem Mostert and so Javon Kinlaw got his knee scoped before like during the off season, so I don't think he's participating in OTAs, unfortunately, but he got like a cleanup or whatever he needed to do on his knee, so he's not participating. But they both posted stuff on their social medias that because I guess Raheem Mostert has a sleeve on and or something on his leg, and he hasn't been getting as many reps. He's been splitting, I guess, reps with the other running backs. So they both posted stuff that they're not injured, that they are just doing what they're doing, and then they're just having precautions as wearing those things to not hurt themselves during practice. So, but I think it's smart because I think that's where like a lot of the like really sad injuries come in when they're just practicing. Like I remember Jerick McKinnon and his injuries, like the first time he tore his ACL was like on that last play of practice or whatever before the season started. So that would be unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, that's it right now. If you're watching live, if you have anything specific you want to talk about, leave a comment and I will see it and we could talk about that. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going through everything in my head that I can remember and whatnot. But yeah, it's just nice to have training camp, have stuff to talk about. Everything's going good. I'm excited about Jimmy. Jimmy seems more fired up than usual. So I'm hoping that's going to bode good things this season for him. His pressures have been pretty good. And it sounds like when he had that ankle injury last season, his ankle literally almost like snapped. So it sounds like it was a little bit more serious than what we were all anticipating last season. So it's good to see that since he had some time off during the offseason that he probably feels a lot better. And His passes look pretty good in preseason. He made a couple good throws, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that. And everybody's super hyped for Trey, but and I am too. But we got time to let Trey learn behind Jimmy, which I think it will be good, and have time. Don't have to force him out there. That's the great thing about the situation we're in that I think people are not realizing is that we don't have to throw a rookie into the fire right away. We can let him take the time he needs to learn and to do stuff. So, yeah. So that is that on that front. Let's see if I can find anything else on the Twitters. Yeah, Javon Kinlaw says, I have no injury. See if I can find what Raheem Mostert said. Looks like Alfred Morris is going to be signing with the Giants. He looks like he's going over there. So that's interesting. Mike McDaniel says 49ers wide receiver Jalen Hurd has experienced no setbacks. And then this is from 49ers Web Zone. They retweeted this. It looks like this guy is a Dr. Navarv Pandya. He has an MD. He says one of the biggest factors working in Hurd's favor is that per his agent, he only damaged his ACL, no additional injuries. Typically, pain/swelling that limits performance post-ACL surgery is due to damage to the cartilage or meniscus at the time the ACL is torn. So that's good news. Looks like we got a comment. Let's see what the comment. Okay. There's nothing related. So yeah. Let's see. I want to find Raheem's. Both Trey and Jimmy have said it's been fun working together, so there's no awkwardness, which I think is good. But yeah, they all seem pretty fired up. Like, honestly, they're all excited. Trey Lance did the rookie hype train thing during practice like they used to do. So he was seen running around carrying a 49ers flag, which I think is awesome. Let's see. I want to find the Raheem stuff. I want to find his tweet because it was actually a good tweet. I could find it. But yeah, they're going to have they're going to probably start practicing, I think, at 10. So like 10:15. So like literally right after I finish. So yeah. So there might be more news coming out later today, but we'll keep you updated. Okay. Let's see if he has a tweet. 49ers running back Raheem Mostert addresses misconceptions. Okay. San Francisco, this is from 49erswebzone.com. I'm just getting started. 49ers running back Raheem Mostert addresses misconceptions. Raheem Mostert is clearly frustrated with the narrative surrounding his future. He is 29 years old and is coming off an injury-plagued 2020 campaign. Although in his defense, it feels like the entire 49ers roster was impacted by injuries last season. So it's not really fair to single out Mostert. Mostert wears a brace during practice. However, it has nothing to do with the injuries that limited the running back to 8 games last season. He just wants to clear that up. And then his tweets. I'm going to address this one time and one time only. I am not injured, and to the media trying to make it something out of it, I'm out of nothing. I won't allow it. I wear a knee brace in practice for prevention and for my longevity in this league. I had this brace made years ago and wore it in other training camps/practices. Why is it a focus now? I won't allow you to put me into your hole of being old, washed up, and injured. I'm just getting started. It's unclear if Mostert is responding to a specific report or his critics in general. Nothing regarding his use of a brace in practice immediately comes to mind. Earlier this offseason, one beat writer, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the only thing really coming out. So it just seems like they're all pretty ready to go. Sorry, just shocking something. But yeah, so I know we're all scared about the injuries after last season, and I get it. I really, really do. So hopefully it's not as bad this season as last season. It seems like I don't think it will be. I really think like with COVID last season and not having, because I think Kyle addressed this in one of his pressers. He said not having OTAs, not having a normal training camp last season really affected a lot of the guys because their bodies aren't doing the stuff that they're used to get ready to play football, because football is a very physical sport, as we all know. So I do think that not having those last season is a big impact, and having them this season was a good thing. So I do think that I'm really hopeful that we won't have as many injury problems as we did last season. So I'm going to take a quick minute break, run an ad, and then I will be right back. All right, so we are back. I'm going to read this article that I just found from 49ers.com. Let's see, hold on. Share screen. This has no audio, so we're not going to worry about it. All right. Nick Bosa says he's trending towards week 1. The San Francisco 49ers certainly received a jolt of good news ahead of the start of training camp on Tuesday. On Tuesday, head coach Kyle Shanahan revealed the news of 3 key players who are scheduled to make unheralded returns to the field: Dee Ford, Jalen Hurd, and defensive standout Nick Bosa. Just as significant is the fact that barring any setbacks, the former defensive rookie of the year plans to be on the field, and the 49ers open this season on September 12th against Detroit. I looked at the schedule, but I know since it was an early injury that I, for the most part, would probably be ready to go for week 1, and everything right now is trending towards that. Bosa told the media on Thursday. The play and persistent presence of a player like Bosa isn't necessarily easy to replace. Bosa was dominant in his first year in San Francisco. The edge rusher racked up a record-setting season where he registered 9 sacks, the fourth most by a 49er rookie since 1982, along with 47 tackles, an interception, and a forced fumble and 2 fumble recoveries through 16 games. He was graded as the third best edge defender in the entire league, regardless of experience, by Pro Football Focus. Expected to build off his historic performance, Bosa's sophomore campaign was interrupted following a season-ending ACL tear in Week 2 of the 2020 season. Since Bosa has been rehabbing under the guidance of his doctor and 49ers staff and appears to be in line for a timely recovery ahead of camp, Bosa passed his physical and was clear to return to the field Since I've been out here, my knee has responded amazing. We're going to take it slow, but I'm very encouraged, Bosa said on Thursday. I'm pretty patient with it. I know it was a big injury, but it's going to pay off by taking it slow. I'm very confident in how I'm going to feel out there on the field this year. His return to practice was anything but an easy road for the defensive lineman, despite suffering 2 season injuries during his time at Ohio State, a groin torn ACL coming off the high of his record-breaking first year in the NFL wasn't just a physical struggle, but mental as well. It's always a really tough time when you come off 2019 and you're on top of the world and start off well in your second season and it's all taken away really quick. It was tough. Mentally, it's really rough, and when your body feels terrible, your mind kind of goes to that place, but I had my mom and my brother taking care of me. As my body started to feel better, my mind followed, and once you get walking around and working out, all I really know how to do is to work hard. Once you get past the initial pain of it, then there really is no other option but to come out better. For precautionary measures, the 49ers are easing Bosa, who is just 10 months removed from his injury, back to the field. Shanahan alluded to limiting Bosa to just individual drills at the start of camp before reacclimating him into full-speed team drills. One of the benefits of returning to the field during camp is Bosa's opportunity to line up against the cross for San Francisco Pro Bowl left tackle Trent Williams. The back-and-forth battle between the two of the league's elite was one of the marquee events of last year's camp. For Williams, who was returning to the field after missing the entire 2019 campaign, Bosa was the perfect litmus test for the offensive lineman's comeback. This time around, it's the ideal barometer for the defensive lineman. You won't really know how my knee responds well until you take a real rep and have a big offensive lineman pushing you and all that stuff. Bosa continued. So we're trying to simulate as much as possible right now. My body's responding really well. So once I get out there and go against Trent a few times, I think it'll be a really quick confidence boost. You really wouldn't want to have it any other way than practicing against the best. That prepares you well for Sundays. And then that is it. And then we got some pictures, so that we're not going to go through. But yeah, so that is pretty much it on that front. So I think it's smart that they're taking it slow. ACLs are they're a lot easier to rehab from now, but I know back in the day they were very difficult. So I'm not surprised that they're taking it kind of slow because it's a big injury. And like what they said about Jalen Hurd, it was literally just his ACL. Normally when you hear people tear, they mess up other ligaments or the other parts in your knee around there that can get messed up, and that's what causes it so hard to come back. And I'm extremely hopeful for Bosa. I am optimistic for him. I hope he takes it easy because he is so important. I think when our defensive line is really good, it helps our defense. And when our defense is really good, then we're really good. And if the offense can get on the same page, then we're golden. It's just about the collective working together. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I like him talking about working against Trent because I think that's extremely smart because, like you said, working against other really good players is a great way to see where you're at. And he's right. You're not going to know for sure how your body feels until you actually take like a real life snap. And I know that they're taking it easy right now, but eventually he's going to get to the point where he's going to have to take those snaps. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's great. I'm really hopeful for Jalen Hurd. I really hope he makes it through preseason unscathed and looks like he's so far so good. This is the scary part because this is where you get hyped about players and this is where they can get injured and we just won't see them for the rest of the season or for a while. And whatnot. So we will see. I am just overall optimistic about this season because I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like this is their year. I really do. I don't know why. I know I've seen some other people say that, but I also feel the same way. I just feel like we're getting a lot of the guys back. I feel like we were able to re-sign a lot of guys on one-year contracts because they wanted to stay here. They wanted to win here. And we were so close in 2019. And I really feel like they want to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is their year. This is their year, you know? So I'm gonna be as hopeful as I can about it. You know, it's just gonna be real interesting to see what happens. I just hope all the players, like I hope Bosa and I'm very curious about D Ford. I think Bosa has a better shot to work to start week 1, but the fact that D Ford is not on the physically unable to perform list is huge. So huge. So it like I'm actually like legit shocked that he's not on that list because of the injuries that he was having, but whatever he did during the offseason when he wasn't playing must have helped. I hope they figured out whatever was bothering him and what kind of injury it was. I think that's extremely important if it's in the back or the neck, that they know what it is so they can handle that during the season. Because I would hate for him to come in to play and then to him get really hurt and then him not being able to play at all anymore. So we will see. As far as that, I mean, there's nothing really else that I can really think of big that happened. Just Jimmy is very funny in his pressers now. He's not holding back anymore. He's normally extremely polite and stuff, but he was not holding back and he's just funny. And I really like Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance is gonna be awesome in the future. And I think we got really lucky. Like I know I think we got lucky getting Trey instead of I wanted Zach Wilson at first. I was more on that train, but I'm actually really glad that we got Trey. I just feel like he's a better fit over here now, and I feel like him and I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna fit in well over here, and I'm just glad that we also have Jimmy so that we don't have to rush him out. Like I want him to get the reps so he can get used to it, but I'm also like glad that we don't have to stress out about like all of that stuff, you know? So yeah. I mean I think that's it really, like honestly. So yeah, I mean I need to go for another 15-20 minutes, but yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just really excited. I'm glad we have training camp. I wish they were practicing right now so that we could see what's going on. and stuff, but I just feel like we're going to have a good season this year. I feel like it's going to be a lot better than last year. I feel like they're going to be, with the fans back in the stage, they're going to feel a lot more excitement and energy in the air. I feel like our guys really want it. I think they're pissed that they lost with 2019. I feel like with COVID in 2020, it was just too much for them. But I feel like this year, with it being a little bit more normal, I feel like they're going to just do what they can, you know? I feel like they're going to put their best effort forward, and that they're going to just do what they can. So, yeah, I mean, it's just going to be, I just have a lot of good optimism for the season, and I'm just excited. Just so excited. So, yeah. Yep. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a good season this year. And barring we all stay healthy. And honestly, I have a good feeling about that too. I feel like I really do feel like there's just no way we can have another injury prone season like last year. I just feel like that would be too cruel to happen 2 years in a row. But I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Yeah. I think Kyle's excited about having all his guys back, especially those that were injured. I think there's a lot of positive momentum going into the season. I'm excited just to see excuse me, just to see all of what's going on, you know? Yeah. Like, I know everybody's excited for Trey. I'm excited for Trey too, but I'm still like hyped. Let's see. Is there any other article? Okay, look at this article. Had to stream. Okay. Wednesday kicked off the start of San Francisco 49ers' first training camp practice of the summer, and the team did not disappoint with several stand-up plays on both sides of the ball and a number of players returning from injury. Kyle Shanahan addressed the media following the morning season to provide updates on a number of players. Here are several observations from the practice, as well as injury updates from the 49ers head coach. Practice rep. One of the notable plays from the session was during the team's final 11-on-11 drills as Jimmy Garoppolo launched a 35-yard pass off play action to Brandon Ayuk up the left sideline. Ayuk's man lost his footing as the receiver tiptoed up the sideline for the catch and run. Mohamed Sanu was on the receiving end of another Garoppolo highlight play. In tight coverage, the wideout got 2 feet in bounds along the left sideline while hauling in a 10-yard contested pass with his fingertips. Sanu impressed in his first training camp with the 49ers. Shanahan said post-practice that he resembled the wideout he coached during their time together with the Atlanta Falcons. The head coach said Sanu's in a much better place this year compared to his short stint with the 49ers in 2020. Garoppolo was 9 of 10 of the day. Trey Lance saw second-team reps behind Garoppolo and made several stand-up plays. In his first session, the rookie aired it out on multiple occasions, including a 35-yarder up the left sideline on a go-to route to Deebo Samuel. Lance also connected with George Kittle on a deep pass where the tight end hauled in the catch over his defender for a big game. Defensive lineman Kentavius Street recorded 2 would-be sacks during full teamwork. Jordan Willis and Eric Armstead also notched a sack on the day. Tim Harris broke up a pass from Garoppolo intended for Samuel. Ayuk, Sanu, River Craycraft, Nisamba, Webster, Raheem Mostert, Richie James, and Travis Benjamin also reps as return specialists. Odds and ends. Nick Fosa, Dee Ford, and Jalen Hurd were all on hand for the start of practice for individual drills. As Shanahan indicated on Tuesday, the trio would be used in the full team workout. with Bosa and Ford on the sidelines for team drills. Eric Armstead and Samson Ibakam saw first-team reps at defensive end. Devon Kinlaw did not participate in team drills. The defensive lineman experienced swelling in his knee while traveling following his off-season surgery, and the 49ers are opting to be cautious in his return to the field. Jeff Wilson Jr. was on the sidelines as an onlooker for practice. Wilson is expected to miss 4 to 6 months while working his way back from a meniscus tear back in May. So, I think that's a good little recap. Okay, well, let's look at day 2, which was yesterday. Thursday kicked out the second practice of the 49ers training camp as San Francisco's defense had a strong showing on the day. While the defense is still awaiting their first takeaway of camp, there were still plenty of highlights from plays from members of the San Francisco secondary following practice. Defensive coordinator D'Amico Ryans even commented on the defensive energy, noting its improvement in day 2. There are a few observations from the season. Practice reps. Practice recap. Jason Verrett is coming off a big outing. The cornerback had 2 near interceptions during Thursday's session, both ending in incompletions. The first diving for a short pass intended for Brandon Ayuk, and the second on a pass intended for Kittle. Verrett also broke up a pass intended for Debo during the final full-team drill. D'Amico spoke with the media following practice and had this to say about Verrett. I think JV is in a really good place, and I love the way he's working. I love his mentality, and I really love the way he's working with the younger guys and helping them out. Verrett wasn't the only cornerback making plays during the final series of full team work. K'Waun Williams broke up a pass intended for Kittle that electrified the entire defensive sidelines, as did veteran quarter Dante Johnson on a ball intended for Mohamed Sanu. Armstead, Yarbrough, Zettel, and Willis all recorded at least one would-be sack. Marcel Harris registered a pass breakup during 11-on-11 work. Safety Jared Maiden tipped a pass and also notched a PBU during 7-on-7 work. Quarterback Tim Harris Jr. had a second straight outing with a pass breakup to kick off the full team work. One of the highlight-worthy plays of the session came on a pass from quarterback Josh Rosen to Samuel in tight coverage. The wideout got 2 feet in before running out of bounds on a 20-yard pickup. Ayuk continues to impress. The wideout levitated on a high pass to pick up 20 yards during full team work. Garoppolo was perfect on all 7 of his throws during 7-on-7 work with passes to Kittle, Samuel, Ayuk, Trey Sermon, Ross Dwelley, Benjamin, and Kevin White. Trey Lance made back-to-back impressive throws for sizable gains to Samuel and Benjamin during 11-on-11 drills. Sermon has been splitting reps with Raheem Mostert and appears to be taking advantage of his opportunity. He has flashed his speed and tackle breaking ability during various portions of camp. As for the competition at right guard, the 49ers have rotated first-team reps on Wednesday. Daniel Brunskill saw the bulk of the first-team reps. Tom Compton led the change charge on Thursday. Second-round offensive lineman Aaron Banks saw reps with the twos. The battle for the vacant spot on the O-line will be a position battle to follow throughout camp. So, that is a recap from yesterday's camp. So, let's see. So that is that. Yeah, I forgot about the right guard spot. So we'll have to see what's going on with that. If it's going to be Brunskill or Compton. I think it's going to be Brunskill, but I don't know. It wasn't impressive Compton last year, so unless he's improved majorly this year, I just don't know. Or if Brunskill's gotten that bad. So, yeah, I really don't know, guys, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. We'll just have to see what happens. There's gonna be a lot of weird position battles. once we get down to the 53 roster, we'll have a whole, I'm sure, like on all of our shows, we'll go through it, get all of our opinions from the 9FF radio team, and stuff about it. But I mean, for the most part, like, this is going to be for the guys who are on the bubble and are going to try their hardest to get on the roster, and it's just going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Like, Benjamin's name popped up a few times on wide receiver, so that's kind of interesting. I forgot that we had Kevin White on the roster and that he was still around. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's just going to be a lot of interesting guys popping up and crap and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see what happens with all that, and just kind of try to keep going, you know? Like, it's like, I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. Normally have a lot more thoughts, but it's training camp. I'm just got both Garoppolo and Lance look good. And the wide receivers are looking really solid, which I think was a little bit unexpected. I really hope Debo and Ayuk can stay healthy, because if they can stay healthy and they're both have so much talent, like, I want to see them together and on the field together and see them work, because I think them with Kittle could be a nightmare, honestly. Like, Ayuk has flashed so much, and I'm so excited for him this season. I really hope he has a standout year this year, and not like a sophomore slump. I don't think he will, but I just am really excited for him. I'm really excited for him to hopefully have a consistent quarterback and not have all these different quarterback like changes. I know that they all practice and they all get reps, so it probably shouldn't be that big of a deal, but yeah, I mean, we will see, you know. I just hope that it's going to be a good season. That's all I can say. I'm just really hopeful that it will be a really good season this year, and that we will have a good season and we'll make it. I think we have the potential to. I think it's going to be hard to make the playoffs, because I think the NFC has some really good teams. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens, you know. It's just going to be interesting. The season's going to be interesting. I don't know why, but it just is. I just am very, very hopeful that we'll have a good season and stuff. But, you know, you never know. I really think we will. I really don't think we're going to deal with as much injuries as we did last season. I do think we'll deal with injuries, but I don't think it's going to be like last season. I think, and, you know, Jimmy came off that ACL in 2018 and then came back in 2019 and we made the Super Bowl. Jimmy's coming off another injury that kept him out for a pretty significant amount of time and last season. So maybe this year he'll lead us to another Super Bowl or get us into the playoffs. Who knows, you know? There's a lot of, like, I don't normally blame it on one guy. I think that's stupid because it's a team sport. But, you know, like, he is, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I'm just excited. Excited for football. Excited to see everything happen. This show has been a little all over the place, mostly because, like, all this stuff came out the last couple of days and I've been busy with work. But, yeah, I'm just so excited to see everybody come back, and yeah, it's gonna be a ride, guys. I hope you hang on. I hope you enjoy the season. We're gonna have more shows coming up, talking more about training camp, going more in depth on position battles and stuff like that, and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that is that is pretty much it. So keep an eye on all of our stuff. So I'm going to go through all of the social media stuff one more time, and then I will let you guys go. So if you're watching us live, thank you for watching us live. We are here on Twitch, 905 Radio on Twitch. Thank you guys for being here. If you have Amazon Prime connected to your Twitch account, you can, it's really easy. You should be able to go in your settings. You should be able to find it. If you connect you get a free sub if you connect your Amazon Prime account. So, because it normally costs, I think, $5 to sub a month. So please consider doing that if you want to support the show. Doing that, it's huge supporting the show. At least give us a follow so you can keep up with us here on Twitch, because we've been posting a lot over here on Twitch. So we got that. Yeah, I mean, Twitch is awesome. But if you also feel free to just to subscribe if you want, it's a great way to support the show, help us keep the lights on. It's huge. If you see in the little ticker down on the bottom, we have Faithful 4 by the Faithful pre-launch sale coming today. Today is July 30th, so they are available for pre-launch. Go to 905radio.com/shop. It's some awesome merch. Go check it out. See what you want. If you go to that website, get all the details surrounding that. All of that fun stuff. Definitely go check that out. It's a great way to support the show. So, yeah. We also have just a regular website, 905radio.com. Definitely go check that out. We have a lot of awesome stuff over there. Previous blogs. We post previous podcast episodes. All that fun stuff. Go check that out. For sure. So we got that. Put this back on. We have our YouTube channel that we're still posting a lot of awesome, fun, cool stuff over on the YouTube channel, 905 Radio. Definitely go give that a look. Check out our previous videos, all of that fun stuff. We have some awesome stuff. If you want to go live some past memories of 2019, we still have some of that stuff up there. So we're still posting stuff over on YouTube. So definitely don't ignore that. Definitely go give that a check out. So, yeah. We have a Facebook and Instagram at 905radio.com. Definitely give these a look. It's a great way to keep up with us, our schedules and stuff, and when we're going live on here on Twitch and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, definitely give this a follow. It's a great way to keep up with us and all that fun jazz. Yeah, we also have our Twitter, 905R, that also posts a lot of fun stuff. It posts a link to this for our pre-launch sale coming. So if you go to our Twitter, you'll find links to this. So if you need that, if you just want to go to our Twitter to go check that out, that's also a great way. I think our schedule's up over there somewhere. So definitely give this a look. Following us on all our social medias is the best place to really keep up with what we're doing, because we do post a lot and stuff. So if you want to keep up with everything, it's a great way to keep up with all the fun stuff. So yeah. Well, I believe that does it. Well, thank you guys for joining me this lovely Friday morning. It has been great talking to you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you guys are all excited for the upcoming season. Just got to get through training camp and preseason. Then it's here. Then we have football back, which will be awesome. But yeah, definitely keep up with us over here. We're going to post a lot of awesome stuff during the season, during training camp, all that fun jazz. So definitely keep up with us over here. We have an awesome team over here. So yeah, I mean, we love doing what we do. We wouldn't do it if we didn't love it. So hope you guys enjoy it as well. And yeah, and I will see you guys next week. Stay faithful.
They are at the 44-yard line of the Chargers. Taylor out to the left side. And Ricky Waters to the right. And a play fake. Young goes deep. Oh, he's got Jerry Rice. Touchdown 49ers. First touchdown of the game. Comes after only a minute and 24 seconds. 44 yards. Touchdown pass to Rice. He sets another record. How can they be Jerry on something like that? Rice with the behind both safeties.
You are now tuned in to Good Morning Under Empire, exclusively streamed at twitch.tv/9FA4Radio.